Come on and get your sign. Come on and get your sign.
The same way that you would deal with an overt narcissist in a lot of ways, the difference is that a covert narcissist is going to be more of the victim rather than the outward bully, although they can bully too. But you don't want to engage with them. You don't want to get caught up into endless arguments. And I guess the main difference with a covert narcissist is you don't want to get it sucked into their pity party, because a lot of times they'll play the victim. They're the poor me type of person. I do all these things for people and nobody does anything for me. Sometimes you want to play the gray rock. You want to just keep anything that's emotionally important to you or your passions. You want to keep those to yourself, because when you share those with a covert narcissist, they will find some way to undermine you or manipulate you through those types of things that are important to you.
Oh, this is, y'all know I do these, about a couple of these in a week. I haven't done it in maybe about a week and a half. So here we go. I want y'all to hear this.
Hey Jim, so how do you deal with a covert narcissist?
The same way that you would deal with an overt narcissist in a lot of ways, the difference is that a covert narcissist is going to be more of the victim rather than the outward bully, although they can bully too. But you don't want to engage with them. You don't want to get caught up into endless arguments. And I guess the main difference with a covert narcissist is you don't want to get it sucked into their pity party, because a lot of times they'll play the victim. They're the poor me type of person. I do all these things for people and nobody does anything for me. Sometimes you want to play the gray rock. You want to just keep anything that's emotionally important to you or your passions. You want to keep those to yourself, because when you share those with a covert narcissist, they will find some way to undermine you or manipulate you through those types of things that are important to you.
Just to let y'all know, I am not a therapist, and I cannot diagnose someone as a narcissist, but if you give me enough traits, if you give me about 25 out of 30, I'm gonna diagnose your ass. I don't care. Now, before I get into this, I wanna let y'all know what I just said. I wish the world would take that into consideration. Like I said, I feel like the narcissistic lane, the narcissist, whatever you wanna call it, the narcissist lane is kind of blowing up right now on the internet. And a lot of people have become a lot more aware of the behaviors. And people think that just because they see a few traits of an individual, they want to just go ahead and write them off as a narcissist. And they'll keep calling them that. Number one, what I always say, what your Uncle Spoke always say, seek therapy. Take the person to therapy, or you go to a therapist and you try to get that person diagnosed or get them evaluated. I say evaluated, all right? Number two, it takes time, okay? It takes time to find out if they are a narcissist, okay? Especially a covert narcissist. And number three, sometimes the narcissist is not your friend. Sometimes your friend can be a narcissist, your coworker could be a narcissist, but you would never know that. So when they call you and they say, oh man, such and such called me a narcissist, and you say, oh man, you ain't no narcissist, man. That ain't what you are. You don't know what they doing to the person that's closest to them. That's what it's all about, especially a covert narcissist. Now, a covert narcissist is the worst, because they'll actually go out their way to have all these pity parties and victim. They'll play victim all the time, all right? Now, I'm not saying they don't take accountability at times for some things. And I'm not saying that narcissists and covert narcissists don't have feelings. Yes, they do. They do have feelings. But those are the most confusing ones and the most manipulative ones. And they may not even know that they're actually doing it all the way. They might know that they're playing games, but they may not be aware of what they truly are. They just know what they're doing. This is why I say you gotta put out a list of like 30 different traits of a narcissist, especially a covert narcissist, because that's what we're talking about. And you have to make sure that, hey, does over 70% of this stuff write off on this person? Because if so, man, I'm gonna go ahead and just call it for what it is. Because the average narc is not gonna go to therapy. The average narc that goes to therapy is probably not going to admit that they're a narcissist. All right. And the average narc that you run into, they're gonna reverse it on you. All right. So the best thing I can say is, like I say, write off and do your evaluation of yourself, for yourself, and do your homework, and also do it on yourself. most narcissists aren't gonna go out their way to see if they are a narcissist. They're not gonna even watch the videos. So, I mean, there are some narcissists right now watching these videos right now. I mean, they're human. They click things just like you and I. But if you gotta sit there and be like, because I was the same way. I was like, damn, am I one? Because some of these traits are me. But then I'm looking at myself and I'm like, nah, bro, I don't even have a lot of these traits. And for someone to go into depth and they try to seek answers on if they are one, you're not one. You're not one, period. A therapist will tell you that. Now, I'm telling you, I'm not a therapist. I watch a lot of these videos to aid myself through. And also, I watch therapists. All right, y'all? Don't be clicking on everybody because they say that they done been through narcissistic behavior and they out here dropping YouTube and Facebook videos and they got a bunch of fans and they acting like they're therapists. I am not a damn therapist. I am here to just bring awareness and show you people who know what they're talking about. The guy who I showed you, he's a therapist, okay? That's all I can show you. The rest of these folks, I can't speak for them, okay? So that's what it is, y'all. So I wish people in today's world would stop putting narcissists on folks. That's really, really messed up, because when you put that on folks and you actually believe it in your mind, it's hard for you to take that away. So you got to be really, really careful about how you label someone as that, because most people cannot come back from that. They can't. So you might be running off some folks in your life because you saw a couple traits and say, oh, you're a narcissist. And some people know in their mind, like, damn, I could never win this person back. I could never prove this to this person that I'm not this person at all, because they're going to think in the back of their mind, I'm a narcissist. And really, there's no real coming back from narcissism. There's just, it ain't. You just got to just work with it and cope with it and find out what your behavior and your traits are and dilute it. So I'm not a therapist, here to bring y'all awareness. And if y'all got any stories or whatever y'all got, or if y'all been through some things, or if you got any opinions, drop it in the comments, man. Let me know how y'all feel about this. All right? One love.